Welcome back, the good people of Whistle Motors YouTube. I just want to say thank you. I'm super excited. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers, which is huge. The shorts are really popping off recently, and obviously I've been doubling down on the long-form content. I hope you guys enjoy that. If you haven't checked it out, please go check it out. I got a couple videos on that new G90 M5, which was super fun to have last week. I have a video on the CSL, the Alfa Romeo, a 996 Turbo. Go check those out. Leave comments. Give me feedback. I'm open to any feedback. Obviously, subscribe if you're not already, and go check out my other socials at Whistle Motors on all platforms. I have a ton of stuff coming that I can't wait to show you guys. I'm super excited about it. But let's get into today's video. It's going to be a more laid-back video. It's not scripted. We're kind of just going with the flow. It's late. It's Friday night. I'm tired. I went out last night and I had to work today. So I figured, why not take the time to give you guys an update on my ownership of this E46 M3. I've had it for almost a year now to the date. I think I got it in June of last year. And I drove it a couple thousand miles, so now it's time for an oil change. So we'll be doing that today. Obviously, you see I got some tires behind me. We're going to change out the tires. I'll talk about the wheel setup I think I'm going with, and some other changes and ideas I have for the car, as well as what I'm planning to do over the summer. So stay tuned. It's going to be a good one. Grab a beverage, a snack, and let's change the oil in this M3. All right, so before we get to the task at hand today, let's talk about oil changes on the E46 M3 in general. So rule of thumb is they say you're supposed to change your oil every 5,000 miles. I can't exactly remember when mine was changed. I have an idea. I think I'm around the 4,000 mark, so I'm changing it a little bit earlier than what's recommended, which is fine. It's not going to hurt the car, but it's important to change the oil, especially on these M3s, especially the E90 M3s, the E46 M3s, because they do have that rod bearing issue where the rod bearing scores. These engines obviously rev to, a very high number, and metal shavings will get into your engine and blow it up and will ruin your life. So change your oil is what I'm trying to get at. So we're doing that today. I'll also be taking, a little sample of the oil that I do drain from my car, send it out to Blackstone so they can give me an analysis, a write-up of, what the oil's health looks like. If there is rod-bearing shaving in your oil, that's how you can catch it early and to change out your rod bearings. I would be, surprised if there was any shavings, because I know that my car has had that rod-bearing service done to it already not too long ago. So that would be unfortunate if I was wrong, but anyway, the stuff that I'm using for the oil change today came from FCP Euro. This is not a sponsored video, but they do make your life incredibly simple. So if you are someone who's trying to do oil changes or other services and buy parts on your own, they make your life incredibly simple because they sell these things as kits. Now, what do I mean by that? Instead of going out and buying the filter individually, the oil, and all the hardware that you need, I think there's hardware in here somewhere. Yeah, so there's some hardware pieces you need in order to complete this oil change. Instead of going out and buying all those things separately, you can buy it as a kit that you literally just buy one thing and they send you everything you need. So I have a mall filter here, the hardware, and this is liquid moly oil, fully synthetic oil. I know some people are like oil fanatics. They swear by some oils and don't use liquid moly or whatever. In my opinion, liquid moly is more than adequate for the M3. And at the end of the day, this is my car. I can do what I want with it. So that's what we're doing, and let's get started. All right, so the car's been sitting for a little bit, so the engine's not hot, which is good. So I don't burn my face off. Let's unscrew oil cap and get this thing lined up for the lift so I can lift it up. Because I'm also filming, this takes about 4 times longer than it probably should. But just to move things along quicker, I'm going to replace the old rubber ring that was on this stick with the hardware that FCP Euro has supplied for me. And that way, after I drain the oil and I put the new filter in, I can just pop this thing in, don't have to worry about it anymore, and move things along. So let's do that now. All right, so got the car up in the air on the lift. It's always nice to put your car on a lift so you can look underneath, see what's going on, especially on these E46s. Subframe doesn't show any cracks, which is great news for me. Front tires are okay. Back tires, not so okay. I knew that though. The wires are showing and they're bolder than Mr. Clean, Michael Jordan. So those definitely got to go next week. I shouldn't be driving on that, but other than that, I'm kind of, I'm happy with how it looks on the underside of the car. There's no leaks that I'm noticing, so far so good. Got the drain plug right here. Unscrew it, let the oil drain out. I'll take my sample for the Blackstone analysis, and then lower the car down and fill this thing back up. All right, so the oil is almost finished draining. I got my sample of the oil. I don't really see any metallic flakes, but you never really know. So I'm gonna have that sent out. Change the copper ring on the drain plug, fix that back into the bottom of the car, lower the car, fill it back up with oil, and keep things pushing. All right, so while my phone charges because it died and I'm trying to shoot something for Instagram and TikTok as well on this oil change, we'll talk for a little bit. So I mentioned that I have new tires for the M3. For the wheel setup, what I want to do, and I think I'm just going to add it on to this part of the video, I'll probably post this at a later date, is I really, really, really wanted the 19-inch CSL wheels really badly. I wanted them in Hyper Silver. I think they would look great on my car. The only problem is they're very expensive. If you want to get the real ones, I would personally get the real ones. They have the little stamps right next to the lug nuts. That's how you can kind of tell if they're OEM BMW or if they're the knockoff ones. And the knockoff ones just don't look right. If you know what I'm talking about, if you really study these wheels, the knockoff ones that don't have the stamps, I think, I'm not going to say the company that makes them, but the company that makes them, there's something off about them. And so for that reason, I wouldn't get those. And again, the real things are super expensive. I think all in, I think it's about $800 a wheel. And then you got to add, I would do the Michelin tires or the Continental tires, whatever. And you add that all in, you're looking at almost, $4,000 for wheels. And do I really want to spend that right now? Not really. So this is what I came up with. I don't love the other 19-inch OEM M3 wheels. I would only do the competition or the CSL wheels. But I do like the standard OEM 18s. My car is lowered on H&R springs. I don't have a suspension system, a coilover suspension system yet for this car. That's something that I eventually probably will do down the line in the future. So I didn't want to go crazy. I wanted to just keep the same wheels. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to refinish the wheels in Hyper Silver, which from factory, these wheels did not come in Hyper Silver. They came as a shadow chrome-ish, not exactly shadow chrome like the E39s, but a tinted dark gray titanium color. So I'm going to do these in Hyper Silver. I'm going to send them out to have refinished. I'm going to wrap them in this new rubber. And then I think the car will look pretty cool. I do have the carbon fiber grills and the fender grills. If I could get my hands on a set of the chrome ones, I think that would probably look, even better. So that's actually what I'm going to do with the wheels for this spring and summer until eventually, again, I save up some money and get these CSL or the competition style 19-inch wheels. I think it's 163M is the style of these wheels. I love the way they look. And again, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to get the real thing. So I'm going to hold off on those. 18-inch Hyper Silver. I think it's going to look good. It's going to look obviously very OEM plus. And I'm excited. I mean, they ride better on the 18s too. The 19s, obviously bigger wheel, smaller rubber. Means, harsher ride. And this car doesn't really ride the softest to begin with. Not that I want it to. At the end of the day, it is a sports car from 2004. It's part of the experience. But yeah, so I'm going to stick with the 18s. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did I do the right thing? Should I go for a different wheel instead of the competition or the CSL wheels? I'm a big OEM Plus guy, so I really, really would like those wheels. I know Apex makes great wheels. I would love to get BBS wheels. But again, right now, do I really need to spend the money? Probably not. There's other things I'm, working on, especially, obviously, for you guys, which you'll see very soon. So I'll hold off for now. But if anyone's out there that, Turner, that has the competition of CSL wheels and you want to do something, my email is whistlemotors@gmail.com. My name is Anthony. If you're new here, and yeah, reach out if you guys, have a set laying around that you're looking for someone to pass those off to. I'll gladly take them off your hands. But all right, my phone should be charged enough for me to finish off this oil change. We'll get back to that, and I'll see you real quick. Wait. Before I finish off changing the oil on my M3 and then showing you my brand new shoes, I literally want to show you my brand new shoes. These are from a company called Piloti, and I've been locked in with them for the past couple of months because they just get automotive lifestyle. My life revolves around cars. I got a storage business. I own a body shop with my dad, and I'm on the internet every single day talking about cars to people like us. And so Piloti makes my life super easy. They make shoes for us. You see the bottom of this sole? It's flat and thin for a reason. Why? Because if you daily drive a manual transmission car, you know that driving feel is very important. These shoes are made for people like us. But they also make lifestyle shoes like the Avenue model. This one is in a basketball leather upper. They're super premium. You can wear these things to dinner. I actually got the white Compass model on my feet. These are the brand new black Compass model. And Piloti makes lifestyle products like coffee. Everybody knows that car people love coffee. There's the V10 beans, the V12 beans. Personally, I'm a V12 drinker. I drink a lot of coffee, and those beans are absolutely excellent. If you're looking to get yourself a pair of Piloti shoes, go on their website and use code WHISTLE. It'll save you 15%. You're welcome. Back to the video. So 11:30 at night on a Friday. It was supposed to be a routine oil change. Turned into me taking apart my dash. So pretty much there's two toggles on the dash that one resets the trip computer. The other one resets the inspection light. So every time you do an oil change, you reset it to 0. That way when your oil change, or you should be changing your oil, it kind of alerts you. Those weren't working, and I know that the colors of my instrument cluster have been changed. So I was thinking maybe it's like a loose plug or I don't even know, because the lights for the odometer and everything else worked. So I doubt it was that. But pretty much I'm going to take apart the back of this, maybe just whatever the toggle, the spring that the toggle, works off of. Maybe it's not touching a sensor or something. I don't know. I've never taken apart one of these before. So I'm going to do that now. Wish me luck. All right, so I was kind of right. There's these two springs that are attached to the computer. What I'm thinking is maybe I'll plug in the instrument cluster like this without the back and manually press these and see if maybe that was it, because there's two prongs in the front. Maybe, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Will this get fixed tonight is the question. It's 1 a.m. I did not figure it out. I don't know what the deal is. I know that it has to do with the button, that the toggle is not pressing the right button. I don't know if it has to do with the cluster, if the cluster was changed. Obviously, I know the colors on the cluster were changed. I just don't know if there was any other modifications. I'm running on 4 hours of sleep, so I'll deal with this another day. But oil change is done. Tires and refinished wheels coming next. It's not even on Instagram. I'm not even putting that video on Instagram. All right. Good night. Come check out the rear tires. These things are bolder than Michael Jordan. Check these things out. It's not bad. If anybody's looking for drift tires, let me know. Yo, whoever had the car before me, what the hell did you do to this lug nut, bro? Come on. Going. All right, so the next time you see the M3, I'll have brand new Continental tires on there. Not sponsored, by the way. And new look for the rims. They're getting refinished. I think it's going to look good. Can you guess, based on the tread wear, which tires were in the rear? I mean, the size gives it away, but yeah, good stuff. We're wrapped. All right, now I just got to take these things to the tire store tomorrow. I got to go get my mom's car, load it up. How am I supposed to get home? And here it is, the new look of my E46 M3. As you can see, I refinished the Style 66M Rono manufactured wheels that came on this car. They're 18-inch wheels, and there's a reason why I kept them. And that reason is because right now I'm super busy and I didn't really want to spend the money on the CSL or the E46 M3 competition wheels, which is what I really wanted. The reason why I didn't want to go ahead and buy those was because, one, obviously they're very expensive, but number two, my car is on H&R lowering springs, which means that going from the 18-inch wheels to the 19-inch wheels might have caused me some issues in terms of fitment with the tire rubbing on the inside fender liner. So instead of trying to figure all of that out right now when I don't really have the time, I figured I'd refinish these in hyper silver, which is what the CSL wheels are finished in, while these usually come in a, dark silver chrome from factory. My plan is to eventually throw on the CSL or competition style 163M wheels on this car, but I'll do so after I get a coilover system so I can adjust the height on my M3. But for now, I have a great backup pair. I'm gonna change out the grills to the OEM silver because I think they'll match the wheels better. And that'll be my spring 2025. If you enjoyed this car update with the oil change and my new wheel and tire setup for my BMW M3, make sure you drop a like and comment below. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. I'm looking to hit 10,000 by the end of June. Screw it, let's put it out there. My name is Anthony. I'll catch you on the next one. Big whistle.